The door is open.
Good morning, Mom.
Good morning, woman, darling.
It's morning already. We need to take some breakfast before going to school.
Oh, what's the time now? It's 7:30 already. Let's keep going. I'll buy you something on our way.
But Mom, we want tea.
I can't light the charcoal stove right now. It will take a lot of time.
Wait, last time we bought Ageesigika. Why are you stressing yourself?
Oh, brilliant idea. Let's go and make you breakfast before we leave.
Get Ageesigika. We have affordable gas cylinders with the lowest refill price in the country. For bookings, call 0776 882 020 and 0755 892 020. For more information, visit our website on www.abasi.ug or find us at our offices in Kamocha. Ageesigika, your #1 kitchen companion.
Abange enkolotoli ebuse enkolotoli yiyo enkolotoli yiyo ho ba ebons bongero laka shoya beno enkolotoli mumakaka bako mulembe fieta la bonita bajja kujira ka weekend eno kulokutano ngabiri mutano kumukaka ngabiri mukaga nekusane ngabiri musanvu sawe muyini eyaka wongeze kumitwale ebiri first class nemitwale ebiri nechitundu VIP jango siko kamale atoyige atonyimire ba Ebony Stars bo ngabali wamu nebijujulu ebipya wamu n'empumulo z'abavubuka abapya tosubwa enkolodoli Park in Action live ku stage weekend.
This is how we play with power.
This is how we do it.
How we put a team together. This is how we pass on greatness. Because with this team to inspire us, there's nothing we can't do.
Go for goals and win. Buy a Pepsi glass bottle or Pepsi Max 330 ml. Check another crown and win soda, TVs, caps, t-shirts and cash. Redeem prizes at any Pepsi depot or truck countrywide. Terms and conditions apply. Pepsi, for the love of it.
Semaduka eyomulembe eyitibwa Fabulous Freeman Hypermarket ekuletedde ebintu ebyomulembe byobadde tonnaba kusanga wantu wonna mu kibuga Kampala ate nga bya bbeeyi esobolwa buli muntu. Mulimu ebikozesebwa awaka mu ffumbiro omuli blenders, rice cookers, amasepiki ag'omulembe n'ebyuma ebibugumya emmere biyite warmers. Tufumba emmere ebeera ever ready n'ebyokulya ebya buli ngeri. Tutunda ebikozesebwa mu masomero ne office, eby'amasannyalaze, perfumes ez'ebika byonna ate nga za mulembe, eby'abaana ne kalondo omulala mungi okuva mu nsi ezisinga okukola ebintu ebirungi. Tutuukirire leero ofune ekyenjawulo ky'obadde tonnasanga wantu wonna mu Kampala. Fabulous Freeman Hypermarket, Namirembe Road ku mwaliro ogwokubiri. Balina n'obuwunguzi okukwanguyiza embeera, okumanya ebisingawo kuba ku ssimu eno not musanvu not emu not 5 34 86.
And that's positive sign of intent. Ball comes to Billy.
Wewa program music kusomero ne kisache the class Montres nga bwe nabagambye twalumbye da twasazeko kasangati nga bwe nabagambye tuli mu debate zitandise lwalero bano be bavuganya ab'omulundi guno abasokedde ddala Grace High School, Kasangati High School. Ani chani chono ani tamutidde mumpe vibe msembere amanya gafe
amanya gange kimeze
Lilian olikuwa somero ki
vude Kasangati High School
totidde wetese otya
zine kwa sosa batu tese na fene twewayo
ebyobulimi owulira ngo byagala obiyingiddemu oli munda mu byo gwani
Isaiah
okuvawa
Grace High School.
Grace High School.
Yeah.
Yogera ng'omusajja nze mpevo.
Grace High School.
Abange. Kampule kudowozi yono gwani.
Yenze Musanje Aaron.
Musanje Aaron oli mu class.
Senior 2.
Wetegese oti.
Netegese bulungi kubanga ebintu bineno twabaye tubikozeeko research we babitubuulidde ne twongeramu ku maanyi.
Oli mwetegefu ebintu bino bissa mu nkola nga woogera obidebatingako?
Ndi mwetegefu nnyo.
Sibaluise kati tuyingire debate tovaawo tulaba ani yani Grace oba Kasangati tovaawo.
Good afternoon, everyone that has come to this very important event for a very important thing, and that is the debate on agroecology. So we are promoting agroecology in Eastern Africa in 5 countries, and the project that you see here called Knowledge Hub for Organic Agriculture in Eastern Africa, KIA, is the project that is sponsoring this event. And so we are very glad to be here. KIA is part of KCOA. KCOA is the Knowledge Center for Organic Agriculture in Africa. So it's a big thing that you are privileged to participate in. And so I'm very happy that you're interested, and we are eager to hear from you what you know about agroecology and what you can do to sustain our environment, but also to get good nutrition.
The presence of the chairperson here is Africa, the chairperson of the debate, the judges, the 2 competitive bodies, as the house at large. Afternoon. My name is Chimezelian from Kasangati High School. I oppose the motion that says that agroecology can sustain food security and nutrition. First of all, with agroecology, organic farming, it does not control or does not prevent most of the diseases with animals. For me, I'm going to set my points according to animal production. Like diseases like mastitis, anthrax, swine fever, they cannot be controlled by agroecology measures, but can only be controlled by use of chemicals.
Point of information allowed. Inform.
I would like to inform the pre-current speaker that the more you treat your animals with chemicals, the more the immune system will get weak. But if you use those agro and natural products, the more the immune system of your animals will be. Thank you.
Let me inform you too, eh? Take an instance like in human beings. It's not that when you fall sick on Monday, you fall sick on Tuesday, fall sick on Wednesday, you fall sick on Thursday. They say, like the process of falling sick is not like it is a gradual process. It does not take place that today, tomorrow, the other time. You can fall sick in the month of January, and again you fall sick in the month of December, whereby we are saying that when you use chemicals, you can get a chemical. Like for instance, the use of use human beings with AIDS, there are certain introduced injections that can last for 6 years in a human body without getting another treatment. Thank you for your attention granted. I rest my case.
Thank you so much, Chairperson, Secretary, and your panel, the House at large. First and foremost, I want to applaud, even profoundly applauding the person who stated this, that agroecology can sustain food security and nutrition. You are 100% right because of my following views. Actually, before going further, I would like to inform the pre-current speaker. This is not chemical. If you read very well here, it's agroecology farming project in Uganda. My first view is agroecology can be implemented almost in all geographical societies, and this can lead to high yields of food in the country or worldwide. Like for us where I live in Busega, we don't have large pieces of land to grow crops and rear animals. But here in agroecology, as you see people plant their plants in some sacks, and it can also favor us to have a little piece of land. So,
inform.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. I'd like to inform the current speaker that where I say that you live in Busega, there are a lot more pests that can attack your crops in sacks. And they advise people who plant crops in sacks to use chemicals to prevent the pests that can attack your crops so that you can sustain the food. That's making the motion turn to our side that we should use chemicals instead of organic measures.
Thank you so much for information, but I can't take it. Because for us at our home, when we plant our cow in the sacks, we apply some manure because we have some rabbits. My bro Jovan knows. We have some rabbits. So they give us those droppings. We put in our gardens. And if in case any pest, we can mix ash with salt and we sprinkle it around our crops. My second view is it helps us to get more farmers, as in it promotes the health of farmers. Because the more you spray using those chemicals can penetrate into your skin through the pores on your skin. I know you will know that. Even some people don't put on the protective gears. Those people who spray. Not that everyone puts them on. Did you all guys see the people who are treating people with COVID, the way they were dressing? That's the same way people who use those chemicals should put on. Because those chemicals, at any time they enter into your mouth or the time you inhale them, they are so dangerous, hence leading to cancer. And when people get sick of cancer, we lose most important farmers. Like someone has a very big shamba of cassava and that person dies because of cancer, only because of those chemicals. So we shall get low product of crops. The third view. It can lower down the rate of global warming. We all know that when we spray using those chemicals, they go to the atmosphere. And when they reach the atmosphere, they form a blanket. It's like they tell you to put on 3 sweaters during the day when it's not cold. What do you expect our environment to look like? How? So we shall get that global warming, that warmth will rise globally. So, due to that use of what? Chemicals. And that will lead to low production of food. Because the global warming, we all know the effects. Our plants will get dry, the animals will die. This is so disappointing. Thank you so much, Secretary, Timekeeper, and the House at large. And I also want to inform you, that we don't say the current when you're the one speaking. I'm a pre-current speaker.
Thank you.
I recognize the presence of the chairman here, the chairman, judges, and the 2 competing bodies, plus the whole at large. I am here by standing with my 2 legs to confirm to you and show you that agroecology is not the best way of maintaining and sustaining food security and nutrition in our Uganda here. For this moment, I'm representing Uganda. The government of Uganda have emphasized on the agroecology. I remember it was 2 years back in northern Uganda by introducing the northern Ugandan rotational initiative. That's the NURI and the rotational livelihood agriculture in northern Uganda. That's called the RARNA. They have failed totally to control a weed known as witch weed. We destroy crops after every year and it enters in the ground and absorbs all nutrients in the ground for the crops. And crops have been destroyed and there is low food security in northern Uganda and nutrition. That was once the failure of their agroecology. Hence I emphasize you, my fellow proposers, to follow us. Come use chemicals. Those things are for long ago. And you know, as long ago,
Point of inquiry granted, please.
I would like to inquire from you, the pre-current speaker. You said that you tried agroecology in your northern Uganda, in the northern, yeah? And your crops were spoiled. How did agroecology spoil your crops? Did the manure you put there spoil the crop? Or how? You explain more about that.
Agroecology have failed totally to control a weed known as a witch weed, which is still existing up to now, and the only way of controlling it by use of chemicals. There's no any way of agroecological way of controlling it. Agroecology is a failure to our agriculture nowadays. To tell you, if you remember, if those sciences were not disturbed in brain, they would have not introduced chemicals if they thought the agroecology was good. You take for instance in animal production, the control of ticks. I can say those are parasites, internal and external. Is there any local way of controlling ticks in animal? In controlling internal parasites, I mean. Is there any way of
Point of inquiry.
I would like to inquire from the pre-current speaker. He has said that the scientists, if they had a solution of weeds, they would not have introduced chemicals. And then I'm asking, people know that poison is dangerous, but why is it manufactured? Why is it manufactured when they know that it's poisonous? Because he's saying they are manufacturing chemicals because organic manure is not functioning. So why are people manufacturing poison when they know that it's dangerous?
I want to inform my honorable that those are not poison, those are chemicals, and they apply it where they are restricted to be. If you take it, that is your mistake. You should die, and death was meant for human beings.
I appreciate you, Honorable Chairperson, the judges, timekeeper, secretary, and the two antagonistic sides, and the audience at large. This motion, I stated, agroecology can sustain food security and nutrition. I'm proposing the motion with my following views. I ask myself, why should people consume food from chemicals yet they know that it's poisonous? That means people will have to consume food from agroecology since they know that it's poisonous free. This will help them to gain, it will support them nutritionally, and that's why people will look more healthier. Two examples of me.
I want to inform my honorable that poisons are not dangerous to man, and the one applied towards the period of harvest, those scientists, they knew it was not effective to man in such a way that they can destroy your life. The one that is applied, which are poisonous to man, are what? They are applied when the period of harvest is still far, and is to control pests and what? And diseases in plants.
Okay, thank you, sir. Then I would like to tell the speaker that if these things are not poisonous, why do you put on gloves, put on a mask, the gumboots, when you're spraying? Why do you, if they are not poisonous? That means these chemicals have a side effect on your body. I have never seen people putting on gloves, putting on a mask, when they are applying manure. I've never. Then secondly, the food from agroecology tastes very well. For example, get chicken, our natural one. It tastes very, very well from theirs. And that's why you see me. Take a look of me. You see how I look? Very, very, very nice. Because I consume the chicken from our village, which is natural, and it fits on our natural food, no chemicals. That's why I look very, very well. And then, food from agroecology, it also...
Point of information granted.
Thank you, Chairperson. I'd like to inform the pre-current speaker, as I was corrected before, that when you say that you consume the indigenous chicken from your village, you are not sustaining food security to your fellow environment. Did you know that? Because only one chicken. Let me give you an example. We tried rearing chicken at our home, which of local breed, but we failed to get any one chicken that can satisfy 6 members of our family. But when we resorted to use of chemicals, we said that each one could get what. Even you're saying that in organic farming, not use chemicals. Take an example, you were done with me this, yeah? This is that agroecology farming project in Uganda. This is the same man having chemicals in there. That means that you also borrow our idea to to boost your kind of farming. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Take this example. When there was a Choga meeting in Uganda, when the Queen was in Uganda, they had to look for local breeds. And they had to look for someone who was rearing those birds. And they bought. Why didn't they buy the ones from abroad and they feed? But they had to look for local ones. Why? Organic manure produces optical conditions for the soil. For example, me have never seen earthworms in any PK, but they are around in manure in cow dung. They are there earthworms, but have you ever seen them in any PK? They are not there. Why? It is not favorable for the earthworms. Yet these earthworms, they play a very big role in soil formation and aeration. And this enables...
information you granted.
In our NPK, there is a chemical which do the same function with your earthworm, which aerate the soil to the what? To the wanted size, which is needed by the soil to be aerated. One earthworm, they do it randomly, which is, it can either be good or bad. Sometimes they don't aerate when the texture of the soil and the soil structure does not favor their locomotion. But ours, any kind of soil.
Thank you, Honorable. But okay, thank you, Honorable. Therefore, I end by saying, I'm going to gather my team. We go back to the village. We go and teach people. We go and educate people about the importance of agroecology and show them how it can sustain and nutritionally feed them. Thank you, Chairperson, and your team.
Yes. House, let us listen so that we can have the next presenter. At this time, as our judges are going to be doing their work, I invite maybe some questions from the floor, the audience that side. Do we have some people have some questions? I want only 2 questions. If anyone has any question, and you tell us where is it going.
My name is Mongoton Norbert from Senior Surrey. One, it leads to, if you use chemicals, it leads to pollution of water, not only underground water, but also surface water. Who among of us here will want to drink unsafe, like a polluted water? I think none. So that point, I think it's self-explanatory. When used like this local ways like of growing food, yeah, like there's like there outside there are many people who love to buy this local food than this. Let me ask you a question. How can a chicken grow for like 6 weeks? And you consume it.
Yes, point of information granted.
You were saying that outside there, people will be interested in buying things which are not made of chemicals. Is there anything on the market written that made in chemicals?
No, like growing crops. I'll refer you to the newspaper of 1st March 2020 this year. It's clear here, you can read it.
Yeah. Give him a mic ready for us. Give him a mic ready for us.
Yes?
Give him a mic ready for us. What is there?
Dodo is a widely used and chemicals tend to be degraded faster and may not be on the final product, especially so if the farmers observe this prophenols and pyrethroid. Cypermethrin tends to have long shelf life in plants after it has been sprayed, and That is the why EU has banned them. Point of information to my honorable. They have banned them, means they were not using. They are not meant to be used, and they were used at first as they were good. As our environment changes, they became bad, but they are not bad. They were used at first and they benefited, man.
Okay. Now the thing is why you are the
Okay, let me have a look at that piece of paper. Because of maybe interference, we are adding you some little time so that you can complete.
So, like, it also leads to, like, okay, it reduces the need for purchase inputs, like in terms of seeds. You may find out there whenever like you want these chemicals, you have to use money in order to buy them, right? So, like, instead of using this money to buy the chemicals, you can use it to buy the seed instead of like, okay, sometimes you can even save the money as you wish. Let me say, as you wish.
Thank you, Honorable Norbert, for that wonderful presentation.
I have to admit, towards the end, the house became so hot. It's so very hot, actually. When you're debating, you have to make sure you come with evidence. If you have the evidence, you will definitely score highly. Grace High School, on the other hand, out of 30, she scored, I want to believe schools are female, not so? Yes, she scored, the other school scored 17 out of 30. Grace High School scored out of 30, you scored 19. Thank you very much, Grace High School.
Wewawo music kusomero ya program kisache the class Montres yoyo kakati debate bweti bwegenze abawanguzi nzemba ina abagusugamenti yefe wewawo Grace High School bewangu debate yolina kurwale lote chikoma wano nedda School B ne School A getubade na gol na kurwale lote kencha oba oromkago lujja tina School C ne School D tulabani ana wangula kakati School C ne D ana wangula yajo kwatakana ne bana abambire sicho
There is always light at the end of the tunnel. Enter an era of new life and opportunities with Star Times, family entertainment, children entertainment, soaps in different languages, and premium sports content around the world. Join Star Times and enjoy variety and best content at the most affordable subscription, no matter the bouquets. Star Times, the most